Philip Lowe, longtime friend and peer of Elon Musk, posts an open letter calling him out for what he is. I have known Elon Musk at a deep level for 14 years, well before he was a household name. We used to text frequently. He would come to my birthday party and invite me to his parties. He would tell me everything about his women problems. As sons of highly accomplished men who married Venuses, were violent and lost their fortunes, and were bullied in high school, we had a number of things in common most people cannot relate to. We would hang out together in Los Angeles. He would visit my San Diego lab. He invested in my company. Elon is not a Yahtzee per se. He is something much better or worse depending on how you look at it. Yahtzees believe that an entire race is above everyone else. Elon believes that he is above everyone else. He used to think he worked on the most important problems. When I met him, he did not presume to be a technical person. He would be the first to say that he lacked the expertise to understand certain data. That happened later. Now he acts as if he has all the solutions. All his talk about getting to Mars to maintain the light of consciousness or about free speech absolutionism is actually BS. Elon knowingly feeds people to manipulate them. Everything Elon does is about acquiring and consolidating power. That is why he likes far right parties, because they are easier to control. That is also why he gave himself 56 billion, which could have gone to the people actually doing the work and innovations that he is taking credit for at Tesla. The reason he does not do patents is because he would not be listed as an inventor, as putting a fake inventor on a patent would kill it, and moreover, it would reveal the superstars behind the work. His lust for power is also why he did XAI and Neuralink, to attempt to compete with OpenAI and Neurovigil, respectively, despite being affiliated with them. Unlike Tesla and Twitter, he was unable to conquer those companies and tried to create rivals. I fired him with cause in December 2021 when he tried to undermine NV. Elon did 2 Yahtzee salutes. He did them for 5 main reasons. He is concerned that the Yahtzee wing of the MAGA movement, under the influence of Steve Bannon, would drive him away from Trump somewhere in the Eisenhower Executive Office building rather than the West Wing, which is where he wants to be. He was already feeling raw over the fact Trump did not follow his recommendation for Treasury Secretary and that the Senate also did not pick his first choice. He was upset that he had to go to Israel and Auschwitz to make up for agreeing with the Yahtzee sympathizer online and wanted to reclaim his power just like he told advisors to go F yourself. This has nothing to do with Asperger's. There are some Jews he actually hates. Sam Altman is among them. He enjoys a good thrill and knew exactly what he was doing. His narcissistic self was hoping the audience would reflect his abject gesture back to him, thereby showing complete control and dominion over it, and increasing his leverage over Trump. That did not happen. Bottom line, Elon is not a Yahtzee, but he did give 2 Yahtzee salutes, which is completely unacceptable. For the few whining about my post, sans connaissance the cause, and either trembling about having shattered their illusions about their cult leader or thinking I am defending Elon. My point is that he is transactional rather than ideological. That being said, I am not defending him or his actions, just explaining them and confirming that he did, in fact, do 2 Yahtzee salutes. If anyone had doubts or believed the doctored footage of Taylor Swift doing the same thing to normalize what Elon did. At some point, it matters to few people if one is a Yahtzee or if one acts like one. My father is a Holocaust survivor. 32 out of 35 of his family members were schmurdered by Yahtzees. My mother's grandparents were schmurdered in Auschwitz. After Elon tried to manipulate NV's stock in 2021, I fired him with cause, and he was unable to exercise his stock options. In the aftermath of the Yahtzee salutes, I told both him and his wealth manager to F off. Any remaining friendship between us ended with the Yahtzee salutes. He is blocked on my end, and I am pretty sure I am blocked on his. I did not share what he told me in confidence. I just happen to know him extremely well. The person, the aspirations, the Musk mask. I know who I am. I have no desire to be famous and give exceedingly few media interviews. I prefer to work in obscurity, and I let work speak for itself. I certainly am not envious and would definitely not want Elon's life, including living in a bubble and having to make one outlandish claim after another and manipulate the public, elections, and the government to shore up my stock and prevent the bubble from bursting. Unlike Elon, I am an actual scientist and an inventor, and I am not pretending to be someone I am not. Like a fellow who got his BA in econ at 26, all of a sudden pretending to be an expert in mechanical engineering, chemistry, rocket science, neuroscience, and AI, and keeping the people actually doing the work hidden and paying people to play online games in his name to appear smart and feed his so-called super genius personality cult. The Imperator has no clothes, and he knows it. I'm just very disappointed in what happened to someone I had a lot of deep admiration for, and the first person to find out about my concerns about his behavior was always him. He is the one who betrayed a number of his friends, including Sergei, and given his actions, many other people and who believed him and believed in him. I have no sympathy for his behavior, and at some point after having repeatedly confronted it in private, I believe the ethical thing to do is to speak out forcefully and unapologetically, whatever the risk may be, so as to not be part of the timid flock remaining silent while evil is being done, including propping up far right governments around the world, in part to deregulate his companies and become the first trillionaire and otherwise to rule the planet. He knows Mars won't be terraformed in his lifetime and he really wants his planet. No joke. Ethics matter. People matter. The truth matters. I took down Descartes through the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness, and I am definitely not afraid of a so called inventor whose greatest invention is his image. I will not be silent, and you should not be either. I am a sovereign individual, and so are you. I stood up to bullies, and I am stepping out of the dark to do it again. Stop working for him and being exploited by him. Sell your Tesla and dump your Tesla stock. Nikola Tesla was great, creative, and a courageous man who led with ethics and by example, and he would not have wanted his good name to have been used by him and would agree with my principled stance. Sign off X, which is boosting far right propaganda, and off your Starlink as well. He is a complete C who doesn't give a S about you, only about power. Just ask Reid Hoffman. He only wants to control, dominate, and use you. Don't let him and cut him and his businesses out of your and your loved ones' lives entirely. Remember, he's a total miserable self-loathing poser, and unless you are too, he will be much more afraid of you than you should ever be of him. He will probably come after me, and I'm completely fine with that. I am a self-made multi-billionaire with an armada of lawyers, literally, and most importantly, I know who I am and who I stand for, the people and their freedoms, whatever happens. He can send his dumb Proud Boys and Oath Keepers after me, and they will be butchered on sight. Either way, I would rather schmy with honor than live as a coward. Silence encourages the tormentor. Never be the tormented. Elie Wiesel.